and the Titans, and it comes your way next.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Carter. A couple of teams that were cellar dwellers a year ago, but as we've seen being around the league for a while, man, that can change one season to the next.
And how often do we see, Mike, a team that finished at the bottom of their division just a year later be the division champion? I'm not suggesting that it's easy or necessarily that these two teams are going to find themselves in that position. But the NFL is made up of a formula that says you don't have to stay long forever. If you make the right decisions, you can go from worst to first very quickly.
Raheem Blackshear on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Texas Longhorn, now their rookie quarterback.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll throw out of the gun. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he's got it. Remove the chains. First down at the 47.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Give it up the middle to Brooks. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a first down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the first down.
And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back.
Still first down.
Here's Hubbard. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll motion over Thielen. Now this time they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It's now 3rd down.
They'll try and run it with Brooks. And he's going to have the first down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards.
Still 3rd down.
So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. got it with Smith and Jigba. They get 16 on that connection. It's good for a Panther first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They face second down and 7. Receiver in motion, headed left. They'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback, the second-round pick out of Kentucky, Will Levis.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
A second down throw here for Levis. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A gain there of 11. That's good for a Titan first down.
Here we go.
And the Titans first down.
The motion man is Boyd. They run on the jet sweep, and that's going to get closed up quickly. We'll get only to the 37. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Levis. That is brought in. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kick is good. Makes the score Titans 7, Panthers nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is fielded inside the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense and running back Jonathan Brooks coming out for their next possession. And he's been a workhorse in the backfield this season, right there amongst the league leaders in rushing late in the campaign.
Here we go, set.
A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. He'll drop to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Titans offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. The veteran Josie Jewell there for the stop. 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Levis. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and the ball falls incomplete. Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here comes the screen to Brooks. Room to run past the 30, and he'll be taken down. So after 1, it's the Titans out to the early lead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. It's also a 1st down. On the draw, it's Brooks. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. A run with Brooks. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Some nose guards in the 3-4 defense, Mike, are just asked to take up space and eat up blockers. But not this guy. He defeats his blocker and makes the tackle. That's playing the nose guard at the next level.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3.
That's another Carolina
Here's a run. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pack.
It is brought in the end zone. Adam Thielen, touchdown Carolina. That his first touchdown this year. Tight spaces down there, things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Titans offense ready to take over possession of the football. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground with Spears. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense.
Throwing on 2nd down, Levis. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now, Levis. He's got his tight end. That's a Okonkwo. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
54, Mike 54.
Here's Levis. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Levis. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Levis connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
J.C. Horn that time with the good coverage, and he knocks it away. On play action, here's Levis. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield.
Holding, offense.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Like 54, like 54.
Levis to throw. And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The Panthers offense. And their running back set to go once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And he'll get about 5. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. That one complete to Leggett. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Levis. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll get this out to his running back. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll go. Here's Levis. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have a Titans 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Levis. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Levis to throw. And he'll take it on in. Chig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Titans will move out to a 14-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. So we hit halftime, and the team heading to the visiting locker room. The Titans are on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. Matthew Stafford has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. 3 Tua Tagovailoa touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Titans offense and quarterback Will Levis ready for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Like 24.
They'll run it with Tony Pollard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
11 yards on the pass there. 1st down for Tennessee.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Like 90.
On 2nd down, Levis. There's that man again. Another catch. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
That's caught down the field is Burks. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
Levis to throw on 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. they get the Alabama man, the former first-round pick, J.C. Latham.
Hey, come on, come on.
Here's Levis to throw. That's taken in left side by Smith. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that first down play.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Panthers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. First and 10. Give inside, it's Brooks. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Back to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
And 9 yards to go.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do, and they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start first and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. On the ground, it's Spears to start the drive. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. A second down throw here for Levis. And that's going to be incomplete. But now a marker comes flying in late behind the line of scrimmage. Might we get a roughing the passer call here?
Like 54. Yeah,
Levis to throw it here on first down. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Levis. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down.
Like 49.
To throw is Levis. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Levis with a give to Spears. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Levis. That's taken in by Burks. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. That's good for a Titan first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
On first down, Levis. Catch made there by Burks. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Woods.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And these are the types of plays they envisioned when they invested a first-round pick on this defensive back just a few months ago. I mean, he's entered the league, Mike, with a reputation for having almost offensive wide receiver type ball skills. And those ball skills were certainly on full display that time.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Like 13, like 13.
They send Ridley in motion. From the gun, it's Levis. That is caught at the 3. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot.
He's got his big tight end, Chig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Titans. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, That's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but that once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
They'll look to throw yet again. That one knocked away and incomplete. L'Jarius Sneed, tight coverage as he gets in the way of that one.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Levis to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you would love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard, the Cincinnati Kid, in to bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. That is brought in. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've...
And he will score! Game on! Isaiah Likely! Touchdown, Panthers! Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Slides extra point, up and good. And the Panthers draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. A return now from the 4. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Like 54, like 54.
The motion man is Boyd. They look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Levis. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Levis. He's got it. That's Burks. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20.
Like 54. Like 54.
The motion man is Boyd. Levis to throw on 1st and 10. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
49, like 49.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Levis. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. They send Ridley in motion. Here's Levis to throw. He'll again get it to Ridley. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. 14 yards on the pickup there.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Here's Spears. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time with Spears. This defense back up but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Levis. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Will Levis. Touchdown, Tennessee. Patterson now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Titans have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. They'll get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. They'll drop to throw. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Awful time to get a penalty. Now 1st and 15. They'll look to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Time for the deep shot looking for Thielen. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Pass interference. Defense.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
He's got it at the 3. And they'll get about 5 yards closer, but now it is 3rd and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long.
And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down.
After review of the play.
So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there. And they'll send this one away.
Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. You're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit. Kicker's got to put the ball there, and then it's just a race to recover it.
Here's a deep shot for Pierce. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
And he's going to have a Panthers first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on fourth down. Back to throw. Going for it all. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
So this one, a win for the visiting Titans. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.